Human history hasn't been particularly successful at solving complex neurological issues, and mental health care as a practice is relatively new. Yet you might be surprised to know that some ancient treatments involved drilling a hole into the skull as a commonly accepted practice. Unsurprisingly, this treatment often failed to help and frequently left patients with permanent brain damage. Today we'll look back at some of the most shocking cases in the history of lobotomies. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn more about the darker side of medical history. And let us know in the comments if there's a specific period or story you'd like us to cover. Throughout medical history, few procedures are considered as brutal as the lobotomy. The list of famous lobotomy patients includes the children of public figures and aspiring stars whose mental health struggles were handled with this controversial surgery. The personality, memory, and cognitive abilities of patients often varied dramatically before and after the operation, leaving many questions for doctors and researchers. Take, for example, the case of the Earl of Galloway, who was born in 1928 and was an eccentric child eventually diagnosed with schizophrenia at 23. After undergoing a lobotomy, he spent years in a psychiatric institution, eventually living in a monastery and later saying he was never the same after the procedure. Howard Dully was only 12 when he underwent a lobotomy, as his doctor described him as rebellious and difficult. After the surgery, his behavior drastically changed, but not necessarily for the better, and he spent years trying to make sense of what had happened to him. He later said the surgery caused him more harm than relief, leaving him with memory issues and a persistent feeling that something was missing. While many lobotomies had devastating effects, some patients reported feeling better. Patricia Mohan, for instance, said her lobotomy made her feel more at ease, allowing her to focus on daily life again, like cooking and household chores. Jenny Pulaski's story, however, highlights the extreme nature of early psychiatric treatments. After a dispute with her family, she was committed to a psychiatric facility where she endured hydrotherapy and numerous electroshock sessions. By 1955, she underwent a lobotomy, which left her mute and entirely dependent on care. The story of H.M., another lobotomy patient, took an unusual turn. After suffering a severe head injury, H.M. underwent a lobotomy that improved his seizures and even increased his IQ. However, he was left unable to form new memories, forever impacting his perception of time. His brain was later preserved for study, providing researchers with a unique look into memory loss and brain structure. Rose Williams, the sister of Tennessee Williams, underwent a lobotomy in the hopes of managing her symptoms. Still, the surgery left her in a nearly catatonic state, requiring ongoing institutional care. Then there was Rosemary Kennedy, sister of President John F. Kennedy, whose learning disabilities and occasional tantrums led her father to consent to a lobotomy. Tragically, the surgery left her severely impaired, and she spent the remainder of her life in a care facility. The story of Dave Rubenstein, the lead singer of Reagan Youth, is equally tragic. Following an injury and ongoing addiction issues, he was recommended for a lobotomy, which altered him significantly and contributed to his subsequent struggles. In the wake of multiple personal tragedies, he ultimately took his own life. Which of these cases resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching this video. Before we end the video, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.